Dish.
And welcome back to The Daily Dish. It's time now to focus on you and start your healing journey.
And that's right. Joining us now is Kate Strong, life coach and self-care advocate, founder of My Strong World. So tell us a little bit about that Strong World.
My Strong World is really my own journey in life. I feel like I've been doing really wonderful things all around the world. We built a hospital in Western Kenya and drilling wells in Belize and Guatemala. But I had someone come up to me once in Utah and say, "Hey, Kate, I think it's great that you're doing all these things around the world, but what are you doing to help your people locally?" Okay, so what am I doing? So I really started to dive into supporting and helping women. I've been through my own journey of self-care, healing, and I wanted to share with women what I know, the tools that I've learned, what works for me, how do I turn on and light up my own life.
So when you started helping women locally, what did you notice? What are we lacking? What do we need?
You know what? It's confidence and self-love. It really is self-love. It all comes down to like our own value and worth. I think that oftentimes we're looking for answers outside of ourselves, someone to tell us what to do, and really it's all inside. We women are very intuitive.
Often people say that we have the answers within, and you say 5 pillars. Let's go through them.
So I practice and focus on teaching 5 pillars of self-care. Of course, it starts with physical self-care, and for me that looked like superficial self-care is what I call it. You can tell I like to get my nails done, my hair done, I love the bubble baths, all of those things, but it wasn't quite scratching the itch. And so I dove deeper and I realized, wait, my mental self-care is really important. What I'm thinking about, what we focus on grows. And then I dove into this emotional feeling of feel it to heal it. I believe that we store everything, past trauma, anything that happens in our lives that we don't feel safe to feel, we store it somewhere in our bodies. So I create safe spaces for women to be able to feel those feelings and heal. I'm also, my 4th pillar of self-care is spiritual alignment. Now, some people might think that this is religious. It can be, but it's deeper. It's more about like aligned with the higher version of you. And my 5th pillar is social self-care, because we are the sum of the 5 people we spend the most time with, and who we are around greatly influences how we show up in the world.
Interesting. Think about that. The 5 people you're with the most shape your outlook on the world.
100%.
Wow.
Think about it. I mean, if we're all sitting here and we decide to start talking about all of these other girls and nitpick versus like things and values and inspired ideas, that's big.
And I imagine that can change throughout time,
Absolutely.
too. And so can all the self-care, too.
Yeah.
That changes and ebbs and flows. And you walk people through that.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been there. I've lived it. I teach what I know.
You have a couple events coming up
this
month.
Thank
Tell our
you.
viewers about them.
So I have free events coming up April 11th, 12th, and 13th. It's online, so anyone can join from anywhere. It's a pleasure masterclass. It's all about like what lights you up, like what brings you joy, what brings you pleasure, and digging into that and finding out what that is. And then in May, I do a retreat. It's called a Creative Woman Retreat. We do it here at Sundance, Utah. Been doing it for 8 years, and it's just a great place for women to come and turn on their light.
It's a community that you've created
of 100%.
Women. Where can people go to find more?
So I'm at Kate Strong World on Instagram, and my website is mystrongworld.com. Lots of free resources, lots of good content. Love for anyone to come and sample me.
Kate, if you could tell someone one thing to light their world, what would it be today?
That the answers are all inside of you. No one else knows what's best for you. They're only guessing.
Interesting. You just got to find them.
Yeah.
You got to get in there.
That's
All
right.
right. All that information on our website. We'll put a link to Kate Strong's info. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.